He was given the advice, a picture is worth 1,000 words as an impressionable teenager. Unfortunately, the message became confused and he turned it into 1,000 pictures with no words. Would you please welcome the man dubbed the fastest... the fastest cartoonist in the world, Mad Magazine, Sergio Aragonés. I'm sorry, my friend, it was a slip of the tongue. Sorry, friend. All right. Just ignore that. Ignore it totally. Now, the fastest cartoonist, I shouldn't say that again, in the world, would you... is that the Guinness Book of Records?
No, no, no. That's a gross exaggeration. It's, sometimes when you're in television, you have to draw fast so the audience don't fall asleep.
Right.
But no, no. This, I'm not the fastest.
But you're pretty fast. A Mad Magazine for how many years?
30 years now.
Wow.
The Australian edition right now is 15 years. And they're celebrating their anniversary. But in the United States, I've been with them 30 years, though the magazine has been in existence longer than that.
Well, a kid from Spain who goes to Mexico and then ends up in America drawing
Yes.
for Mad Magazine. Could you ever thought that you'd be drawing with, you know, a Mad Magazine for 30 years?
No, no. I went there because I was drawing cartoons in Mexico, but there's always the lure of the biggest country in that all the top magazine cartoonists, and I wanted to try with the other ones. And I went there and tried, and I was very fortunate that the magazine liked my work. And
Indeed, they like your work. The magazine. Well, let's get you drawing then. What about something like Jeff over here and the band on that? Just as we
no
talk.
trouble.
He'd be fairly difficult to draw, wouldn't he?
Well, it's easy.
Yeah. You normally don't like to do caricatures, do you?
Well, it's a different field. Cartooning, magazine cartooning, and caricaturists are two different fields. Like a painter who draws the scenery, or another who does still life. You know?
Right.
That's sort of like...
Oh, that's very interesting. Oh, really?
I heard about musicians, you know.
You heard in Mexico and in New York you heard about it.
It's universal.
I wonder if it's a B, right?
It probably is a
No,
B.
is it a BB?
I think it would be, yeah. Okay, interesting that you, yeah, you look for the prominent features, don't you? Like the...
Well, yes, the beard.
The beard and the eyes, the earphones.
And the piano, and if I had a fatter marker, I would make a black jacket, but we have here a gentleman with a very nice bow tie. Right. And a very fancy shirt. Is that a...
Whoa.
We should say the Sergio's out here for the Black and White Awards, the Cartoonist Awards, which are on tonight in Sydney, which are fantastic.
There's another one. See, this is one over here.
Over there, David over there, yes. David's a great football player. He used to play football in Adelaide.
Football, like soccer? Or?
Aussie, Australian rules, yeah, with a different sort of ball.
And he plays the guitar, huh?
He pretty much plays anything, David, don't you?
Well, more or less.
Lovely stuff.
Oops.
Okay.
There's one of them.
Oh.
Just keep it slowed down, just keep it slowed, yeah.
Got me. All right, what about the audience and the studio here? Sergio, do you want to just maybe get this side and what would you like to go with?
Well, women are very difficult to caricature. They'd never like what you do about them.
No, that's right. I was going to ask you that.
That's not me, you know.
No. When you think about it, there aren't many. I think of Australian cartoonists. They don't do many women, apart from Bronwyn Bishop. They don't do many Australian women. But he does it.
Well, I don't know. I hope they don't get very offended here.
We can just begin by certainly saying that you love women, so this is all meant to be flattering. Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, that couldn't be there.
That's the band.
That should be on this side.
What's the brief for Mad Magazine? Do they tell you in advance what they... Is there a theme that they want you to follow?
No, usually I take a subject. For instance, a bad look at Jurassic Park.
Yes.
Then I go to see the movie. Then I make some cartoons based on Jurassic Park. And then I send them by fax, all the ideas. They choose the ones they like. And then I do 2 or 3 pages based on that. You know? So that's generally what I do. And I do also the little marginals on the borders. Is a bunch of little cartoons without words that a lot of people like.
Yes. I guess it's I guess it's hard enough for someone to write a column, a newspaper column, 2 or 3 times a week, but to come out and do cartoons, 3 or 4 pages at a month is especially tricky.
Well, it's not tricky. This is what I do for not only for a living. This is my life. It's as natural as walking. I wouldn't know what to do if I was not drawing.
No.
So it's easiest for some people to cook. You know, I sit there and this is what I do, and it's very comfortable. And I don't know, I couldn't.
And they pay big money for you to scratch with this black pen on my.
It's like actors. When you start, you don't get paid anything. The more you work, if you work for a very good magazine, or the more name you get, then you start getting paid much better. And you work less and get paid more, so it works all right.
Do you paint as well as draw?
No.
Oh, okay.
I had never really painted at all.
What were you meant to do, Sergio, before you decided that your real talent was in cartooning?
I don't know. I never did anything else but cartooning. I was the bum at school. Always pay attention to classes, stop drawing, you know.
Yes.
And I'm doing exactly what I was doing in the 3rd grade. The difference now, they pay me. It's
Fantastic. And you have international fame for it.
Well, thank you to Mad Magazine. It's published in every language. So no matter where we go, we always have a...
So where did you start in terms of Mad Magazine? Because Mad Magazine was used to get sort of illegal copies out here before it was put to Australia. But in Spain, did you read it?
No, in Mexico.
In Mexico.
But we didn't have a Spanish edition. We have the American edition, and I didn't speak any English, worse than the one I do now. So I will go after my friends who spoke English, and they will run away because they knew at least there were 3 hours translating the magazine. So I said, oh, they come Sergio with the magazine, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
So I was fascinated by it, and it really was a dream to be able to work for them. So,
Yeah.
so I think I was lucky enough.
What about politicians? Do you draw politicians?
Not really. I don't. I take more like social problems. I will take problems about pollution, about garbage, something that can, a problem that a community has. But politician, there's specialists on it. You know, there's cartoonists, they're so good at it that I let them do that. You know, I don't mess with that. You know.
You don't mess with that. All right.
No.
Well, is this a group from over here? Have you come from?
Well, I saw the
front room?
gentleman over there, and I tried to.
And Ewan as well. You and
I put him here looking at.
Ewan in the corner.
Just very quick.
Okay.
Blank
Just
sketch
lean
of
it forward a bit so it doesn't flare on us. Just there we go. There. So we might, if you don't mind, we might give it to the group and you could raffle it off for a charity or whatever you might have if there's a group back there. We'll do that. We thank you for that. Sergio Aragonés' work can be seen, as we say, every month in Mad Magazine, including Australian Mad's 15th anniversary edition, which is out now.
Yes.
Have a great time tonight at the Black and White Awards. They are a fantastic night.
Yes, great cartoonist too.
We welcome you. Thank you, Sergio, very much. Could you please thank Sergio Aragonés?
There's a person